And we begin here at 4 o'clock with a developing story. 5 soldiers are hurt after a shooting at a military post in Georgia. It happened at Fort Stewart near Savannah. Fort Stewart is one of the largest Army installations in the country.
The suspected shooter, an Army sergeant, is now in custody. NBC 5 investigator Chuck Goudie is joining us with what we have learned about him today. Chuck?
Alex, Marion, after the Army post attack this morning, Fort Stewart still a law enforcement hot zone. No longer an active shooter situation, the gunman in custody, but with at least 5 soldiers shot and wounded at one of the nation's largest military bases. Authorities are trying to figure out how and why a 28-year-old Army sergeant from Florida would have opened fire on his colleagues. Here's what we know. The good news: all 5 wounded soldiers expected to survive, 3 of them following surgery. The attack suspect, now identified as 2nd Brigade Sergeant Cornelius Radford, his first name spelled with the letter Q. Investigators say Radford used his own personal pistol to shoot 5 co-workers. They say violating facility rules by bringing a non-military handgun to work. A weapons trace now underway by federal firearms investigators and military police to determine where the gun came from and how he got it. A short time ago, Fort Stewart Brigadier General John Lubis with some details.
The shooting occurred at the soldier's place of work. It did involve his co-workers. We're still not certain about the motivations, but again, he's been interviewed by Army investigators, and we believe we'll gain more information here shortly. Soldiers in the area that witnessed the shooting immediately and without hesitation tackled the soldier, subdued him, that allowed law enforcement to then take him into custody.
This photo of the suspected shooter, 28-year-old Cornelius Radford, is from an arrest for driving under the influence. Military officials say that DUI was not reported to Radford's superiors, and such an offense typically means severe consequences under military justice, many times including expulsion from the service. Fort Stewart, about 40 miles from Savannah, Georgia, on full lockdown for about an hour during the shooting event. This afternoon, authorities are also examining access point security at the Army facility with questions about how a soldier could smuggle a personal weapon onto the grounds. Privately owned weapons are not allowed past the main gate. Most employees at facilities are not armed even with military weapons. Alex?
Seems like a few things were missed here, Chuck. Thank you for the details. We appreciate it.